Welcome back to Rick's Trips and welcome to Paris, France. I had a wonderful 2.5-hour journey from London to Paris, but you do lose an hour with the time change, so plan for 3.5 hours. It was going to be a cold one, and snow was in the forecast. Had a nice meal on the Eurostar, and I don't need to get food right now, so I'm just going to walk off the food I had on the train by taking my 20-minute walk to the Holiday Inn Opera at Grand Boulevard. I'll put a link in the description down below. Bienvenue à Paris. There's the hotel. I hope you liked that video. There's a link right here too. If you like it, please like and subscribe. Well, since the rain had stopped and I'd spent most of the day on the train, I decided to get my steps in and take a walk around the local area. I figured I'd head towards the Seine River. I found this beautiful mall with a beautiful Christmas tree. And then I came across a beautiful sight, the Eiffel Tower, Tour d'Eiffel. Look at that light, it's beautiful. I just missed the reopening of the Notre Dame Cathedral by 2 weeks. According to Google Maps, that beautiful lit up building there is the police headquarters. And although the Notre Dame Cathedral was closed, there was still a lot of people there. It's still beautiful. Well, after walking around for about 30 minutes and seeing the beautiful views along the Seine River, I decided to head back and go back through the mall, which is called the Châtelet de la Halles, and then head to Corker's Irish Pub. So check it out. The service was great and the food was fantastic. Well, I checked the weather to plan my day and decided to head out. It's snowing in Paris. I'm going to try the subway, the metro. Hopefully I can buy my Navigo Easy Pass here. See when to recharge. I think I can purchase one here. Okay, I got my Navigo Easy Pass. Now I gotta look to see where I'm going. Militaire, the military school. That's close to the Eiffel Tower. Let's try there first. The machine worked great. Allez, on y va. Alright. Well, I got to do a shout out to Les Frenchies Travel YouTube channel, which has turned into my go-to reference point for all things Paris. Very, very informative and easy to understand. Go check them out. Well, I decided to get off at the stop that said Le Tour. That's the Tour d'Eiffel right there. Must be closer. And just like London, tap in, tap out. No? Not like London. Don't have to tap out. Missing. Thank you, young lady, for holding the door while I was trying to figure out what the heck I was doing. This is where you come out at the stop for the tour. Wonder what it'll look like in the snow. Very light snow right now. The Tour Marburg Brasserie. So when you get out of the metro station right there for the Le Tour Marburg exit, you'll see the Le Tour Marburg Brasserie, the source, and you take a right. That's how you get to Le Tour d'Eiffel. And I thought I was only going to use this hoodie when I bought it in London for one day when it was raining. I'm going to need it in Paris too. It's supposed to snow and be cold both days I'm here. Snow and light rain mix, I guess. That's what it's doing now. Look at all those cannons. That must be the military school. Oh, Musée de l'Armée. The Army Museum. Should be able to see the tower pretty soon. Maybe. Well, I suffered from the Google Maps issue where when the internet's not great, probably because of the weather, the blue dot or the blue arrow was not keeping up with where I was. Oh well. Well, because of the weather, I let Google I let Google Maps trick me and I saw the first big square and thought that was the Tour de Fad, but it wasn't. So I get to see the museum again, and my first instinct was correct. You come out of the metro and you go left at those two cafes. We'll see them again shortly. Okay, back to where I started. At least when I got off the subway, the metro. We're gonna go left here on the Tour Mall boat. The tour should have been the clue. Okay, here's where one of those times where I gotta admit I made a mistake. I always get off at Invalides, that stop, but it always seemed like a long walk. But the one that says Le Tour on route number 8 on the metro, that's a long walk, even longer, and sucks in the snow. But I found this path, I think. But I know I'm getting close. Well, after spinning my wheels and walking around in circles for a while, I finally got patient with Google Maps and waited for the blue dot to catch up. I think I'm getting closer to the Eiffel Tower, Le Tour de Fad. Et voila! It's there. Le Tour de Fad. You can almost see all of it. I should have taken Metro line number 9 and gotten off at the Trocadero. You also got a great view there. There's a big bus. I probably ought to jump on them today. I wasn't so happy with the London tour, but they've always been good to me, and especially in the rain and snow. But I made it to the Eiffel Tower on my own. Well, I made it to the tower, and it was cold, so I got on the big bus. I didn't ride it very long because you couldn't even see out the windows. The Tour de Fad. Made it in the snow. And 9,000 detours. My mistake. I know the bus companies can't control the weather, and I was really grateful to get out of the snow and into some warmth, and I enjoyed it. I always love riding around in the bus. I don't care what the weather's like. But eventually it became apparent that riding the hop-on, hop-off bus was not going to be the best idea, so I decided to get out and tour the Galleries de Lafayette. This place is an amazing area, right next to the Opera House. And it's actually only about a 25-minute walk from my hotel. But in this weather, I was going to take the train back. But I figured I'd go check out the Galleries de Lafayette, and boy, I was surprised to find a terrace up there. It was beautiful. I am here at the Galleries de Lafayette in a blizzard. It's snowing out. This is a terrace right across from the Phantom of the Opera place. The Opera. I actually found it kind of difficult to keep my eyes open with the snowflakes popping in them. It was a nice experience though. Beautiful view. Too cold and too snowy for me, so I decided to go inside and check out the glass walk. You have to get a reservation, and by scanning a QR code. Apparently, the glass walk, you get a better view of the tree. Well, I had a pretty good view where I was. Nice. What was I going to do on a snowy day? Go to the Louvre. Normally when I'm in Paris, I don't mind at all walking from the Eiffel Tower to the Louvre, especially along the Seine River. It's always beautiful. But on a snowy day, I am taking the metro. Looks like I'm heading in the right direction. Gotta get a selfie. Going to the Louvre in a blizzard. Pretty cool. Hey, at the Louvre. It's snowing. Still a line. At the Louvre. This is something. It's freezing out here. Been snowing all day. Oh, since 10 anyway. I hope it's warmer in Barcelona. It's supposed to be. Check out the Ferris wheel. Tough trying to keep the snow off the lens. I almost had I have that on film. That's gonna be a great outtake. Right? The Louvre is absolutely huge. Don't try to do it in one visit. I spent about an hour and a half there and barely touched it. But I'll be back, and I figure every time I go back, I'll see a different wing. I think that's the way to do it. Okay, managed to get into the Louvre. Now I'm wondering, where do I start? I don't really remember. Guess I just, let's try the Richelieu wing. Oh, they got pictures of what's in there, so, of each one, so let's check them out. El Sully wing. History of the Louvre. Greek and Roman antiques. Let's go there. That looks cool. Okay, for €6, I can get headphones. I'm gonna do that. Well, I can't get tickets for the headphones because it's too late for that. It's already 4 o'clock. They close at 6. I guess it takes a long time for them to clean them. I almost feel like I'm in a chess game. Okay, I know this is supposed to be Apollo slaying the serpent. Looks like Apollo taking a selfie. He was the Greek god of many things, including apparently the god of the selfie. Alright, leaving the Louvre. This place is so huge. I spent an hour and a half here. I don't think I even scratched the surface. I did see Mona Lisa and Venus de Milo. There's a lot of other cool stuff. I'll be back. On the way out through the shopping area, you see the inverted pyramid. I would love to have seen it up top, but it was snowing. There's a big mall here in the Louvre. Well, kind of. A lot of shopping area, but also Amazon Locker. So if you're coming to Paris, you can pick it up at the Louvre. It looks like I'm still walking around with a purpose, but when I saw this model, I gotta admit, I was lost, and this was helping me find my way out. I eventually made it, back out into the rain. I always love going to the Louvre. This is my 3rd time there, but only the 2nd time actually going through the museum. One time I went there on a Tuesday when it's closed. It's open most days, 9 a.m. till 6, and Wednesdays and Fridays from 9 a.m. till 9 p.m. It was still early, and even though it was raining, I remember there were Christmas displays at the Galleries de Lafayette in the windows. Back to the metro I went. I really enjoyed that, and despite the traffic with all the horns, but it reminded me of Boston. Feline's basement in George Marsh used to always have the windows decorated. My mom used to take us there every year. Speaking of Mom, that banner reminded me of her. Merry Heavenly Christmas, Mom. Well, I thought about continuing down the street because they had some beautiful shops in there and some amazing antiques, but then I realized it's snowing. And besides, I was hungry and thirsty. Time to go get a beer at my favorite pub in Paris. Yep, back to Corcoran's Irish Pub, directly across the street from the Holiday Inn Opera at Grand Boulevard. Check it out. Well, after a wonderful meal and a relaxing beverage at Corcoran's, I decided it was time to go to bed and get ready for my trip to Barcelona. And although far from an expert on the metro, I was comfortable enough to take the metro to Gare de Lyon. Welcome to Gare de Lyon. Next stop, Barcelona. Beautiful station. There's two halls here. I'm not sure which one I'm on, but I'll just watch the board and see when my train comes up. It's too early right now to tell me which track, so I'll figure it out. Nice looking restaurant there. I didn't see as much as I normally do when I go to Paris, but most of that was due to the weather. It was not really conducive to taking the hop-on hop bus or just walking around the River Seine. But I had a great time. I hope you enjoyed it. I found the Grand Voyages, SNCF and INWE, equivalent of a airport lounge for first-class passengers. And although my first-class ticket wasn't enough to get me into the lounge, the fact that I was first-class and going international was. They didn't have a lot there, but it was comfortable, and they had free coffee. No food, though. Gare de Lyon. Since I'd already taken the metro to the train station, and I had a very long train ride coming up to Barcelona, I figured I'd walk around for a bit. Besides, I love old train stations, especially all the ones in Europe. I'm just mesmerized by them. I think I mentioned it before, but I got a lot of family history with trains. Well, according to the sign there, they just changed my hall to Hall 2, and it's also 40 minutes late. So now I gotta move to Hall 2. That's this way. And once again, I left my European adapter in the plug in the hotel room, so I had to buy another one. $20 and it came with a USB-C port on it, so when will I ever learn? Hopefully you can learn from me. Quick trips. This is Hall 2, now I just gotta wait to find out what track it's gonna be on. I guess they got all kinds of food and coffee, even a Starbucks. Sucked up for my water and I got a sandwich too. I look for car or coach 13, seat 112. I guess I'm gonna have to be facing somebody else with a table. That's number 8. 5 more to go. Okay, the numbers seem to be going down, but it's a long train, so hopefully they go back up again. This is 2 trains, that's why the numbers went down on the first one. I must be at coach 13 on this train, so they separate somewhere. I trust they put me on the right one to Barcelona. Good, there's a bar on this train too, right next to mine, or in the same one as mine. Sweet. And yes, they have internet on board. I'm always happy on a train. Let's go.
Madame, Monsieur, chers voyageurs, bonjour. L'équipage TGV Inouï vous souhaite la bienvenue à bord de notre TGV Inouï 9715 à destination de Barcelona-Saintes. Nous desservirons les gares de Valence TGV Rhône-Alpes Sud, Nîmes Centre, Montpellier-Saint-Roch, Sète, Agde, Béziers, Narbonne, Perpignan, Figueras, Villafante.
The SNCF internet on this TGV Inouï train was fantastic. I was able to follow the route and explore different places that I might want to go to next time. That was a good way to travel. It was a very pleasant 6-hour and about 45-minute journey from Paris to Barcelona, with just a few stops in between. I did sit in first class, and although I had a table in front of me and another passenger facing me. Passenger was a very pleasant young lady, and I was a bit afraid to talk to her because I assumed she was French and we probably wouldn't understand each other. And about halfway through the journey, I realized she's an American. She's going to meet her mom in Barcelona. Awesome. Well, I hope you enjoyed the rather short video of Paris, France. I know it was snowing and I didn't get to see a whole heck of a lot, but I loved it and I'll be back. This trip has been absolutely amazing. I started off on a transatlantic cruise from Miami to Southampton, spent 3 nights in England, 2 nights in Paris, and now I'm on my way to spend 4 nights in Barcelona before I get on another ship and cross the Atlantic again to Port Canaveral. Well, if you like this video, please press the like button and subscribe, and stay tuned for more upcoming adventures from Rick's Trips. We'll see you next time.